Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, and everybody needs to strike that pose from time to time. Whatever you did there, that was just, it was in the moment. It was perfect, friend.
Here's me.
Bam.
You got some coffee?
Hey, boom. It looks like that black rifle.
Black rifle is in the house. First sip, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, first sip. Let's get it.
A lot of people off work today.
And if you need a little energy, for that day off of work, you've come to the right place, because this is your 15-minute ride, the energy bus ride, to start your day, to get your mind right, and to have just a little extra positivity in your day. Can you imagine if we just one time today, instead of getting frustrated, instead of getting aggravated and complaining, we did our mindset trick and we chose to be a little more positive? How do you think that might play out, Fred Blanton?
Well, I think it should play out perfect. It could be like this. Let's say you go and you meet your family for lunch, and Nanner used Miracle Whip in her potato salad and not Duke's. Don't get upset about it. Just still eat Nanner's tater salad.
Hey, make a joke about it and keep rolling. Keep rolling. What do you guys like to do on Memorial Day, Fred?
You know, it's random with us. Sometimes we're at the lake. We've been at the beach before, but this year we're coming off a basketball tournament this weekend. I did tell my boys, which they were super excited about, today they will do a version of the Murph workout.
Ooh. And they're pumped up about it?
No, they were like, why do we have to do this? And I said, because it's an honor. You get to do this.
Hey, we can't mention the Murph without mentioning a former guest. So that was Cole Rogers that did.
Murph.
He basically did 24 hours straight of working out, doing push-ups, running, and pull-ups, essentially, correct?
So you run a mile with a weighted vest, and then you come back, and I believe it's 100 push-ups, 100 air squats, 100 pull-ups, run the mile again, and that is one round of the Murph. And he did 24 hours of that, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, what I know, I don't know what the exact number is, but I think it was an official record, right? So he had someone there to track that, and that's amazing. Pushing through, going that extra mile, having something like a fallen hero to get you motivated. I mean, we've talked about it before, and Russ Hammond, good morning, good to see you on this Memorial Day. But a lot of what I do, I talk about it every day. Win the day. How can I win the day? And then sometimes we kind of create our own motivation, our own carrot, if you will, to chase and to get motivated, because we need those sorts of things. And sometimes the emotion of losing someone, if someone on Memorial Day, we're thinking about these folks that gave their life so that we could have things. Thinking about those things, that's motivating, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I want to push myself and then teach my boys to push themselves. So today, I'll let you know how it goes. There could be some video evidence of what's going to happen today.
I like that, and I can remember if those boys, and I have a feeling they're kind of wired like us. Once they get out there, once you make it just a little bit of a competition, and you hit that whistle and you hit the watch or whatever you're going to do, I believe you might get a little effort out of them, at least for the first little bit, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what we got. We're going to do this right here.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Get your mind right.
Mobile, baby.
The mobile version. And it got that extra, get your mind right there at the end, I
like how the E is separate in quote. You know how it drops down, because the E is for excellence, and we want everyone to remember that.
And what's really frustrating, I'm glad that you brought that up and that you remember to bring that up each and every time, that I haven't fixed that very easy fix. And here's the thing, it takes this long. It takes that long to fix it. But sometimes we have, and that's the thing about doing something every single day, the accountability of just, it's in your face, man. I should have. What is my excuse for not fixing the E in the mobile version of that? Let me go ahead and list those, since it's the mobile version. So I'm like, well, will we do the mobile version again? I've got our squares small today because I didn't want to have big images, because hey, it's the weekend and we haven't exactly gotten up and got our shower this morning. so there's a lot.
I've been living in the woods for 3 days. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm up in Charlotte, North Carolina, if anybody was curious, and I've had a great weekend. We're gonna finish it off today. Coming back into town, I gotta come back to reality at some point, Fred.
Did you spend any money at South Park Mall?
How can you not spend any money when you walk into South Park Mall? That's one cool mall. I mean, it's the average dude is not in Spartanburg Westgate Mall anymore when you go into South Park, because
that is almost like, I went to the mall recently in Spartanburg.
Yeah.
And then a couple months ago, me and the family were at South Park. It's like a different planet. The energy, the people, the product.
Yeah.
How can it be so different?
Well, and I'll tell you another, what like competition, you might say. So there's a certain pair of pants that are a nicer pair of pants. You get one pair, they last forever. I've had a couple of those, and I thought, man, I will never ever buy another pair of pants. These things are awesome. Until I went, whatever day it was, this last few days, I went to South Park Mall, walked in this place somebody suggested that I never have been in before. And now, guess what? I will never buy another pair of pants besides the ones. And so it's funny, the world, every time we try to put a size on the world or what's possible or what our options are, it's like there's something bigger.
Yeah.
So we just kind of keep seeing things. I do want to talk about spending money.
Did you have a QOD? I cut you off.
Oh, I did. Courage is not the absence of fear. And I believe we're just going to leave it at that. I don't remember the rest of the quote right now, but courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting in lieu of the fear. And I think that alone, Fred, we talked about it before, and someone asked, kind of, I don't know what it was. On Friday, I did I was a podcast guest, and they started asking me, well, what is it that you would say that you did essentially to make courage? The end. Anything that has scared me over the last 10 years, and I've talked about it here too, I'm sure, but I've just tried to say, man, I can't afford, as the average dude, I can't afford, if the only thing holding me back is up here, that can't win. That can't be the thing that stops me. I want my lack of skill or experience or whatever else. But why would I lose by something that's in my power? And so if something scares me, but I'm still able to do it, then I have to try to find a way to act on it.
Yep. I want to put that into our lives right now.
Yes.
You and I have a mutual friend who is, for his age, is in fantastic shape, runs a lot, rides a bike a lot. A couple weeks ago on a bike ride, he hit something in the road, flew off the bike, no broken bones, but man, he was just eat up. His body looked like one big old strawberry. Now, the next time he gets on that bike, because I know he will, he's going to have the courage to do it, but there will be some fear associated with that ride. But do you think he's still going to get on that bike and go?
Hey, it's the decision-making balance scale. How strong and how much joy and excitement and energy does he get from bike riding, and how much fear does he have, right? And he's got that fear, but he's got that desire, and man, he's had so much fun on that bike, and it's good for his health, and it's good for all these other things, and so the decision's already made.
Yeah.
I mean, and oftentimes that's the same thing that we're looking at. The decision has already been made. I want to talk about here in these last few minutes, decisions in general, how we kind of look at decisions and how we make a decision of, hey, is this thing worth it with money? Or is this action that I need to take? Is it worth it? If I do this video on LinkedIn that makes me feel super uncomfortable, is the attention that I would get worth it because I would sell more Bobcats or more shoes or more HVAC or more landscaping or whatever else? Is it worth it that I do it so that I can get that thing? Right? I mean, we've got to take action in order to make things happen. And sometimes just doing that little quick, hey, all right, you know what? It's worth it. I've got to find a way to find the courage.
Yeah, to me, I typically will always do that and never think about it again, hoping that video will land in front of somebody at the right time who is thinking about buying compact equipment.
There you go. Hey, and it's part of the reason, just like any advertising or becoming familiar. So sometimes, there's different reasons that we put out content, but doing things in general, putting ourselves out in general, there's some type of risk, and it's our own personal kind of egoic risk versus all of the good that can come from it, and oftentimes we're not willing to make that gamble. I mean, oftentimes we don't act because we don't want to look a certain way, but the rewards are there. Somebody's made a comment. Let's see if anybody's listening, and it's David Turner. Good morning, David. Happy Memorial Day. I did read that Memorial Day was started at the Civil War times, visiting these fallen soldiers like during the actual war. So they were still kind of memorializing the fallen. That would have been weird. The Civil War. I mean, we've got wars in different countries right now, and it's a strange thing.
I do want to piggyback your decision talk.
Yeah, please.
Because you were torn Friday afternoon when you and I talked about maybe, hey, should I go to Charlotte? Should I go do some different things? And just from the sound of it, you made the right decision by going, experiencing different people, places, activities, and it looks like you got a little energy off that.
Oh, my God. Hey, now, a couple of things on that, Fred. Number one, you gotta have a partner. You gotta have somebody accountability partner, whether you're working out or you're trying to make good decisions. Of course, me and Fred, we talk here every morning. We think a lot about personal improvement and all the things that it takes, and that's what part of this show is about. But I called you, and I was in that place of, we can talk ourselves out of anything. This, without going into too much detail, this was a great, fantastic, once in a lifetime, really opportunity, and things like that don't happen often. And so I knew that it was illogical. When I called you and told you I was thinking about not going, I was also trying to weigh it out, because I was doing what we do, Fred. We were fighting the mind, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And I could tell, and I thought, Danny, the average dude, Allison, you have lost your mind if you don't go to Charlotte this weekend.
Hey, sometimes it's best to just find out, right? Just whatever it is, if you think that there might be new, exciting, something different, go ahead, bite the bullet, and find out. We already know what happens if we don't, right? We know how that plays out.
Exactly.
Fred, you got any final thoughts? We made it through our Memorial Day, sloppy hair, no shaving.
today, remember to take some time, think about what Memorial Day is. I mean, somebody gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we would have a day to honor them, take some time, rest, recover, and let's get it tomorrow.
Let's roll. Have a good one, folks. See you, DT. See you, Russ. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow, Fred.